Hi guys, Squirrel here, back with some American Truck Simulator. Today we're going to take a look at the doubles and the triples that are now available in American Truck Simulator. We are currently using version 1.28 of American Truck Sim. Now this has brought about a bit of an interesting renumbering exercise. As you know, American Truck Simulator hasn't been out anywhere near as long as European Truck Simulator. Wow, those brakes are a bit aggressive. So what SCS has decided to do is realign all the the numberings of both games because they want to keep them lined up rather than having the current state, which is, you know, Euro Truck's on 127 and American Truck is on 1.6, I think it is. So what they're doing now is the next iteration, both American Truck and European Truck Sim will be 1.28, and that's how they'll be moving forward. So this is what we're on, 128. This is the public beta. This is available on Steam right now. You just need to opt into it on Steam. Just go to Properties of the game and then select the beta tab and drop down list, and you should see 128 public beta. Now, if you do want to try the public beta, be aware that your map mods will probably cause some issues, as will your trailer mods. So I've disabled my trailer mods and I've disabled all of my map mods to make sure I don't have any issues. I have seen a couple of weird things if you do leave them on. For example, Coast to Coast potentially caused a weird one, but it's up to you if you want to take the risk. They will appear to work, but you might see some interesting job deliveries that you may get stuck with. Now this is my truck, my lovely Kenny. I've shaded it green. You'll see why in a second. What we're going to do, we're going to take a double and then I'm going to take a triple. So the first things I want to show you is the job market, because doubles are available in all of the states, but triples are only available in Nevada. So what SCS has decided to do is follow the guidelines, I think it is, the laws around sizes of trailers in America, in North America. I believe triples are available in 5 states or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on this at all, but I believe triples are drivable in Nevada. But not in California or Arizona, whereas the doubles are available in all of them. So you'll see that reflected in the game. For example, if you click around the game now, you'll see there's a double, but you won't find any triples anywhere except in Nevada. And the other thing is, see there's another double there. The other thing is, the triples will only, they're so hard to find. A lot of people have been having trouble finding these things. My go-to place for a triple is Jackpot. Funnily enough, it's called Jackpot. It tends to be only available in Nevada, and it will only be available if the end point is also Nevada. So you won't see a triple going from Nevada outside of anywhere else, which is why it is incredibly rare. But we'll try a triple a bit later on. Let's have a look at a double first. But if you have been struggling to find your triples, then that's why. So today we're going to take a double. We're going to take this tanker here. It's a double tanker. We're going to click the cog and we're going to select from different skins. Now, if you go to the Steam Workshop for ATS and if you just search for the words, just put squirrel into the search box in the ATS Workshop, you should very quickly find some squirrel trailers that have been done by Paulie's Custom Skins. He's done a magnificent job on these things. And this is just one of the many that are available in the Squirrel skin pack. This is the one we're going to go with today, the Squirrel Fuels. We're going to click on Confirm, and we're going to take that job. And that is why I chose that colour of truck, because it should not exactly, but closely resemble the trailer. Unfortunately, there's still no way in the game to actually choose RGB values for your painting, so you have to kind of look around and guess at the color scheme, which is what I've tried to do. So it might be reasonable. Let me just make a right-hand turn here. It might reasonably match up, although the lighting does tend to make a mess of the paint, to be honest. The bloom on the tanker is horrendous. If you get it at the wrong angle, the bloom on the tanker is where it's white is just way too strong. Okay, let's go backwards and then we'll go forward a little bit. Now, I've noticed some interesting things during the beta, which if you tuned into Sunday Night Trucking, you would have seen some of them. Some of the pickup and delivery points are, let me say, let's use the word interesting when it comes to a double and a triple. Particularly the triples. I've actually had a problem with one of the triples. When I tried to deliver it, I was unable to. Now, I'm not sure if that's because I had the coast-to-coast mod installed at the time, even though it wasn't a coast-to-coast drop-off point. So I'm not convinced. I think that is why we've got a beta at the moment and it's not actually on release. Because I couldn't deliver the triple, essentially. What happened was, the delivery point, the box you get to deliver in, the only way I could deliver it, my truck, if that yellow pipe there was the wall, it was like this, but my truck would have to have been half in that wall in order to deliver it, so I couldn't actually deliver the triple. And in the end, I had to skip the parking and just do the fast parking thing. But the doubles seem to work fine, although the doubles, again, you can find yourself in a bit of a tight squeeze. The rail export drop-off point, for example, with a double trailer, can leave you pretty much like that, close to the wall. So I think they may have to move some things around in the maps to make these things work out okay. Just looking at my truck and trailer now, it's you can see it's not matched up, is it? The green on my truck is a bit too greeny and needs to be a bit more kind of turquoise in colour, but I think you'll agree, the trailers look magnificent. Look at that. Squirrel Fuels and Oils, keeping the US and Canada moving. Isn't that skin absolutely lovely? I absolutely love what he did with this one. So let's drop off this double. And I don't know where the drop-off point is. Let's have a quick look here. Bakersfield, Texaco. Okay, it's at a Texaco, so it should be absolutely fine. It tends to be the shop, like the Walmart shop, and the rail export one where I've seen the most fun. But if you take a look at these doubles, look at the way they move. They're just wonderful, aren't they? Absolutely great. The triples are even better. So much fun. It honestly adds quite a lot to the game, having brought this in. Now, because the beta is out, I'm very, very curious as to see what the modders do with this. I've already seen a mod that makes double and triple trailers available for the AI traffic. Now, honestly, I haven't tried that one yet because the AI, as we all know, anybody that plays this game, the AI can be absolutely insane. And I really don't know what double and triple trailers are going to work like when the AI gets hold of them. The triple in particular is very long and articulated, and whenever the AI, has a collision, the first thing, if you notice, it does is it basically reverses. Reverses back a few meters, and when he starts reversing a triple trailer, that could get pretty interesting. So I've not tried that mod yet, but also the current kind of triple trailers that you can try out are kind of simple boxy stuff. And given that you've now got these articulation points available, I'm pretty certain the modders are going to be all over this, and we're going to see some fantastic... I'm just check my speed here. There we go, 50, we're all good. I think we're going to see some fantastic trailers going forward once the mod authors get hold of them. Probably I'm kind of seeing a combination of like the heavy haul stuff, where you've got super heavy trailers, that combined with triples. I think they're going to be bringing out sort of, 45, 50 ton triple trailers. I can see that happening pretty soon, and honestly, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see what they do with it. It's another one of those things that they add into the game and it kind of unleashes more potential in the game, and the modders are going to be all over it. But for now, I'm just using the default stuff. Obviously with the Squirrel Fuel one that you see here is a double, but I haven't got any triple ones active yet. Nor have I got any kind of, triple reefer trailers active yet, or even, combinations thereof. I mean, they could even do flatbed ones, couldn't they? They could do log delivery ones, like triple log deliveries. I'm sure we're going to see all this kind of thing coming through. Double refrigerated, or even triple refrigerated. There's a triple, what is it, like a DHL or a FedEx one already built into the game. Obviously it's not branded as FedEx. I'm running a mod that changes the the default textures. So you get Walmart instead of Warbird or whatever it's called, and you get FedEx instead of whatever the default one is, because SCS doesn't have the license to use their names. But I'm more interested in what the modders will do going forward in terms of the interesting, not just like simple reskins, but actually interesting trailers that they might construct. I think it's going to be fun few months after delivery. Now, I have no word on New Mexico yet. I have no idea what the plan is on New Mexico. The SCS have been pretty quiet on that one. I've not even seen a blog post about it or anything in recent months, but I do know that SCS has moved offices recently, so they've gone for bigger premises, the team's growing, etc. So I think, you know, it's been, apart from this major drop and the European truck double trailer drop, I think that's pretty much it for summer. I would imagine that the next thing we're going to see coming out is going to be stuff like New Mexico. On the ECS side, maybe we're going to see some more map expansion. And who knows, we might even see the new Scania in there at some point. I think that should hopefully come out 2017. I hope that doesn't push back into 2018. But for now, you know, we've got double and triple trailers, so we're going to have to watch out and see what the mod authors do. Hopefully they're still pretty active on the ATS scene. I think they are. They don't seem to be as active as the ETS scene, but, you know, things like this can have a tendency to bring people back again. The coast-to-coast map seems to be pretty busy. They're kind of adding cities at a rate of knot, although some of the, you know, the quality isn't really there. I've seen holes in the map. I've seen the cities are just kind of copy-paste of other cities, but, you know, they kind of bring in expansive territory into the game where SCS is not. You know, SCS is adding a new state once every however many months it is, and the modders are trying to step in and just say, well, give us, you know, we're going to give you some more places to drive. It's not high quality brand new stuff, but it's more places to drive. So that's, yeah, that's quite nice. I did wonder though, when is the Volvo going to make an appearance into American Truck Sim? It's all gone quiet on that one. It's been 18 months since this game released, and, you know, Volvo should have already been in there and still isn't in there, so I don't get why that's not been released yet. And any other truck manufacturers for that matter. I mean, there's only still Peterbilt and Kenworth built into this game, and only a few models of each unless you get mods. So is there a licensing problem here or what? I don't know. Anyway, back to the game. We can enjoy it for what it is until we hopefully see some new content later this year. So where are we? We are, let's see, heading southbound, 52 miles. We're 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've turned off the fatigue side of things so that we can drive at our own leisure. I'm just wondering about the speed limit because we're in California, aren't we? So it's 55. Bit of a scumbag. Oh, also in this release, they allow you to change the background in your home screen, which is kind of nice. I'll try and show you that a bit later on if we can. There's a few bells and whistle changes. It's all on the blog post if you're interested in what's coming in this release. But you can opt into the beta now, or you can choose to just wait for it to pop out, probably in about a week or so's time. On the Euro Truck side of things, we should be seeing Pro Mods 2.2 coming out fairly soon, you know, next few weeks. So that's going to be pretty cool. That brings in Ireland for the first time, which is something that a lot of people have wanted for a very long time. A lot of people are excited about Ireland being released. And, you know, Pro Mods has done their usual good job of that one. Why is that guy driving with his headlights on, like full headlights? I can kind of understand day running lights, but he had his full headlights on. Same with this guy here, look. Probably one of my mods has done that. I know I've got a light mod, but I didn't realise it was turning on everybody's lights permanently. That's a bit weird. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed that I didn't get the right colour green on that one. It would have looked so beautiful if I had got the right colour. The little, the nut indicators on the wheels, I managed to do a decent job of. You see that? You know those like nut indicators where they're stuck on top of the wheel nut, and you can see if the nut's loosened because they should all point in a circle. But if any one of them is loosened off, terrific invention, really is. You can see at a glance if any wheel nut has started to work loose. Wonderful invention. But obviously, you know, in the game you can colour them however you want, so I tend to colour them a slightly lighter shade than the truck, so they kind of pop off the wheel and pop off the truck and look pretty decent. In practice, I think a lot of truck drivers just go for, you know, bright yellow or bright red or something. They don't really care for the aesthetic styling of it. Looks like we're getting off here. And then what we'll do is we'll go and pick up a triple trailer. And you can see the main difference between the two. They are slightly more interesting to drive, the triples, and some of them can be pretty heavy. Right, let's get lined up for a left-hand turn. We'll stay roughly centre so we've got plenty of room. Okay. Look at it in the mirror, look at that. So, you know, the other thing to watch out for is the AI. Whenever you're making these turns, particularly in the triples, the AI seems to... What seems to happen is, it lets the first trailer pass, then at the second one it tends to drive forward a bit, and then it kind of realises, oh, hang on a minute, there's another one on the back, and then it kind of stops again. So it does give you some room, but you definitely need to exercise caution when you're making those sharp turns, those 90-degree turns, because if there's any AI around, you can get stuck, and as you'll see in a minute, well, particularly when we do the triple, the drop-off points as well are critical. Like, you have to really think about your drop-off before you go in there, because once you're in there, you know, reversing a double is difficult. Reversing a triple is just a world of pain. So if you don't get your drop-off going forward, you're in trouble. What is going on here? There's actually a cop car just sat there watching this. Oh, this is genius. I've said this a few times about the AI getting worse, and this is exactly what I mean. So, the AI's solution to this is to keep edging the truck forward. It doesn't move the car. The green car, if the green car reversed a bit, it would be fine, but it doesn't move the green car for some reason. It just keeps doing this until eventually the trailer's going to pop out the side of that thing. Meanwhile, all the cars in the background, every time the truck moves, they all try and nudge forward as well. Absolutely hilarious. The fact there's a cop car there as well, just doing nothing, is poetic. Right, let's take a shortcut. I can't be bothered waiting for these guys. Okay, delivery point's on the right. Aha, it's a fuel station drop-off, I think. Is it? It said Texaco, didn't it? Yeah, it's a fuel station drop-off. Okay, this could go one of two ways. Aha, right, okay, so as we're approaching it, we can see that it's a centre drop-off. Which is going to be a drive forward one. Now that's interesting, I've not seen this one before on the double trailer. I'm looking at that patch of like grass here and thinking, do we need to drive over that? I don't know. Luckily with this one, if we get it wrong, we can actually do a full circle and come back and have another go. There would be no need to reverse this, but let's try and get it in first time. Keep it to the right so that trailer drags over a bit. And then we'll straighten it off. And let's see what happens. See now, we have to go all the way forward. There it is. So that was perfectly doable, that one. Although the back tanker is not quite straight, it still marks it as complete, so we'll take it. Had we screwed it up, the solution would be to drive out of here, loop around again, probably go around the block and then come back in for another go. Let's drop this one off and then we'll have a look at the triples. Okay. punting up through level 29 on this particular profile. All nicely dropped off. Right, let's go and grab a triple trailer. Okay, we are in Carson City. I've selected a triple, as we'll see now. We'll pick it up. Freight market, and there it is. It's fertilizer from Carson City down to Tonopah. It is about, how far is it? 220 miles is what it is, and there's a cog here. And this is where it gets interesting. If you click on the cog, you can actually downgrade the triple down to a double if you want to. Because, and this is a weird thing, is like the doubles don't always upgrade to the triples, but the triples nearly always downgrade down to the doubles. I've not really worked it out completely yet, but it's worth clicking on the cog before you actually pick something up, just to see if there's anything else that you might want to take instead. But we'll take that one. It's a combined trailer. Take job. And we'll go and pick it up. It's early in the morning. It's like 6 AM in Carson City, so we've got all morning to drop this one off. Let's see which way this thing's oriented. Okay, it's that way. In that case, we'll drive down to here and reverse back on the left side. It's a bit easier that way. Right, Jeff. It's the one thing I don't like about my Kenny. I love my Kenny, but there's one thing I don't like is the massive exhaust stacks that I put on there. Really gets in the way of my view when I want to look out the left window. Let's move over that way a bit. Should be around there, hopefully. Nope. Let's pull forward a little bit. I think I'm slightly far. Yeah, slightly off center. Now I've gone the other way. Ouch. There we go. That's about center. Bingo. Right. Look at the length of that trailer. It's absolutely nuts. And when it's all plumbed in, my little orange lights down the side of my truck also line up with the ones on the trailers, which looks absolutely fantastic. Let's turn the brake off and we'll start moving. I mean, this is like the closest thing we've got to a road train right now. It's just fabulous. But I'm sure we'll have some fun and games on the way. Including the drop-off point, which I've not actually checked yet. What's the drop-off point? Sunshine Crops, okay. I've not tried the kind of agricultural drop-off point yet to see what that's like. We've tried the fuel station, I've tried the rail export, and I've tried the shop, and the shop is very interesting, the Walmart shop. But I've not tried the agricultural drop-off. Look at the side, like in the mirror, did you see that? You make your turn, you're already heading straight down the road, and the back of the trailer hasn't even squared up yet. It's hilarious. Hopefully we can get out of Carson City before it gets too busy. Oh look, there's a squirrel! Squirrel trailer just going by. Fantastic. They're all in the Steam Workshop if you want to get those. They do seem to work fine with 128. The beta, so no need to worry about that. So look, we're straight now, and that thing is still squaring itself off. Okay, 70 speed limit, lane merge, let's move over. Well, there's a heck of a lot of weight here. 19 tons, but it feels like a lot more. It's weird. I mean, I think I've got the Cat 680 brake engine in this thing. But it definitely feels heavy. Look at that. Road train, baby! You know, what this game needs now is an Australia map. An Australia map and, road trains, like super long road trains around Australia's outback. That could be quite interesting. But, you know, you can't beat a bit of early morning trucking. The sun's coming up. Nothing on the road but us. He says, as a car comes around the corner. Thanks, mate. Look at that for a view. No, I absolutely hate the livery on these trailers. Kind of sunshine crops or whatever rubbish it is. But we won't have to live with that for very long, I don't think. We'll get some proper branded stuff on there real soon. Okay, just checking the speed limits. I know we're doing over 60 here. I was just conscious of a speed drop because I saw it was getting a bit built up and I kind of thought to myself, I wonder if it's going to drop down to 30 all of a sudden. There's a cop car. He's up early. Early morning donuts. Look at that for a view. It's lovely. Okay, I can see, is that a rail export ahead or a hotel? I'm not sure. Something on the map there. Oh, it's a rest area. That's what it was. Not a very popular rest area by the look of it. Oh, and the other thing they've done in American Truck Sim 128, in case you don't know, is there's the Route 1, which is down the west coast of California. Just south of San Francisco, Route 1 has been closed in the game. And because it's been closed in real life, I don't know if you saw it in the news, but there was a gigantic landslide. I've been down Route 1, I've been down that road. I don't know if I went quite that far, but I certainly went quite a way down that road. When I went to San Francisco, I drove down Route 1. It's a lovely coastal road, but there's been a huge landslide. And I mean a huge landslide. And they don't actually know when it's going to open again at the moment. So what they've done in the game is they've done exactly the same. If you look at the game, down Route 1, you'll see it's a blocked road. I actually drove down there. And there's like cops. There's cops blocking the way. It says road ahead closed, so you kind of drive around that. And then you can drive right up to this huge landslide. Now that's the first time. It's interesting because that's the first time, I think, I've ever seen SCS do something like this, where there's been a real life event and they've mimicked the events in the game. I've never seen that before. I don't know what drove them to do it. I don't know if that means there's going to be more things like that, but at the moment you can't take the Route 1, you have to go onto the 101 freeway, which is a shame because Route 1 is a very scenic road down that west coast. And they put a lot of work into making it, but now you can't drive down it. Well, you can, but you have to teleport past the landslide if you want to carry on. But yeah, I've never seen him do that before, and it's the same thing in Eurotruck with the doubles. Like, the only place you can pick up the doubles in Eurotruck is Scandinavia. Because that's the only places where it currently allows the double trailers to... In Europe, it's the only place you can drive them. So again, they're kind of entering more into the realms of what's going on in the real world, which is again something they've never done before. I mean, I have no doubt that with mods you'll be able to drive doubles and triples all over the place, but in the default game you can't do it. Which makes me wonder if SCS is trying to take this game into a slightly more realism, maybe. I don't know. Is it a clue? Is there a clue there? I have heard rumours that they're sort of moving into or they're sort of cooperating with truck training companies and trying to make a simulator more than a game. Because at the moment this is a game, isn't it? Let's be clear, this is a game. It's called a Eurotruck simulator, but it's basically a game. It's not a simulator at all. Not in sort of super serious levels like, I say, a flight simulator is. But it kind of looks like there are the noises that SCS are making. It kind of feels like they're trying to make it more into a simulator. If you've seen the blog, for example, you'll see that they bought a a container, like an empty container, you know, off a container ship. And they've converted the inside of that. So they've put the multiple monitors and PCs inside so they can take it from place to place. And they've also built one of the simulators is on like hydraulics. So, you know, as you turn left, the hydraulic thing, it's like a triple screen thing that you climb into, and as you turn, it kind of moves around on the 4 hydraulic points. A bit like what you might have saw in my Barcelona flight sim video. They've done a similar thing, but for Eurotruck, which again leads me to think that they're moving more into that kind of space. Don't know. It's all speculation. I have no knowledge at all about this. It's just what I'm observing them do, and it's making me wonder. Let's get up to about 67. That'll do. Locking the cruise control there. We've got 100 miles left. We've got to be there by 16:46, and our ETA is 11 AM, so we've got huge amounts of time. I think they need to adjust the job market slightly, because I don't think it allows for doubles and trailers in the same way that I don't think it allows enough time for oversized loads. Like super heavy loads take longer to move around, and I don't think the job market currently estimates that properly. It doesn't allow you enough time. A lot of times when I've been taking heavy trailers, for example, I get that kind of, you know, the music that says, oh, you're going to be late, and our customer expects delivery, and all this kind of thing. I get that quite a bit when I take heavy trailers, because you move them around so much more slowly than a normal trailer, and I think the same thing's going to happen with doubles and triples, particularly if you have to go through a few cities on the way. If you've ever taken a double trailer up through San Francisco, for example, that can be quite interesting. If you don't know what I mean, try it. Okay, we appear to be taking a long time to make this turn. E&J Galo Winery. I think that's a real company. I love the way the AI just diligently stops and looks both ways for ages, even though there's like nothing on the road. Come on, pal, what are we doing? What's all this about? You do know it's a 70 limit down here, don't you? That is pretty weird, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what that guy was doing. He's still doing it, look. Even the AI cars are overtaking him. That's super weird. But look at that. Looks cool, doesn't it? See, I'm flat out here. It's only a gradual climb, but I'm flat out here. And now I'm going to lose all my momentum to this guy. Oh, come on. Was he struggling to get up there as well? Because normally the AI doesn't have any sense of mass, it doesn't have any sense of weight. They just conform to speed limits. I don't know what's going on. Well, I'm going to stay back a little bit because the AI tends to brake test me quite a lot, I've noticed. There we go. There we go. Whenever you get a lane change or a lane merge or a speed limit change, anything like that, you can guarantee the AI will do something derpy. Right, Tonopah is coming up, which is our destination. Only 50 miles away. Ooh, motorbike. I'm beginning to wonder what our drop-off point's going to look like now. Is it going to be a double or a triple? And what I mean by that is it going to be, we've got a triple load, but the space is only really big enough for a double? Or is it going to actually have a proper triple space? I'm guessing that's a lane merge. Okay, we're slowing down again. Get a look at what's going on. I can't work out what the AI is doing, to be honest. You've actually got cars overtaking the trucks. The trucks are just going super slow, and I don't know why. Well, that bus back there took the biscuit. Yeah, brow of a hill, completely blind. Definitely the place to overtake. Oh, come on. Very curious. Yeah, you can see what's going on. Like, all the cars are just overtaking the trucks, which is normal, but the trucks are just going so far under the speed limit. I can't really work out why. I wonder if there's like a bug here. Whoa. Now the truck's overtaking the truck. This is getting better. We got this. Oh, everybody's going past Walmart. I see what's happening. Dude! I'm committed! Oh my god. Oh my god. That was not at all what I wanted to do. That was completely insane. But he just like, he overtook and then he just slammed the brakes on. I didn't have enough space to even drop behind him. I was on the wrong side of the road and nowhere to go. So it's either try and fit into a gap and hope he moves, which puts my life in his hands, or YOLO it, put my foot down and put my life into my own hands. Okay, we got a turn coming up here. Okay, look at this. Rah. What is it we're delivering? Is it frozen? No, hang on. Fertilizer. Fertilizer? Blimey. That's a lot of fertilizer. Now, first thing we need to do is work out where this drop-off point is. There it is. I can see it on the right, so I'm going to swing over to the left side. Looks like a drive-in point again. I just hope we've got enough space. Okay, let's get all the way over here. Now you can see the front flashing white bit there is just within the fence, which means we should be able to get our truck into that space. You see it? Not this bit, the bit in the front. So it should be drop-offable, if that's even a word. But when we come to disconnect, you'll see we don't really have much room to get out of here. There we go. Just not so bad actually. There's a bit, I've seen a lot worse, but it's still not exactly easy. Just deliver this, get the money, get the XP. Okay, not bad. We'll take it. So from here in, it's a case of, well, how do you extract yourself out of this situation? Well, the only way we can do it is basically faffing around like that. Which isn't the end of the world, but the rail export one is a lot worse, and it does make me wonder if they're going to have to, for example, just move that fence back. Just push it forward a bit. Or maybe relocate the drop-off point slightly. Just put the drop-off point a touch further back. I don't know. It feels like there's a little bit more polish that needs to be had for this to work properly. But that brings us to the end of the video. We took a look at a double and we took a look at a triple. This is in 128 American Truck Sim. It's a public beta. You have access to it on Steam if you want to try it. Just right-click the properties on your American Truck Sim and go to the betas tab, drop it down, choose 128 public beta, and you'll be off. Just make sure you disable any incompatible mods, particularly map mods can cause issues. So just be aware of that, that if you go to 128 public beta, then some of your favourite mods may no longer work. You can always go back, of course, but just be aware of that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Until next time, take care. Happy trucking.